Welcome to the Jamodi podcast, where we interview coaches and leaders to find out not just what they do, but how they do what they do. Becoming the best version of ourselves is Jamodi, just a matter of doing it. How do you teach shooting in your program?
You got to take certain kind of shots. There are shots that if you take them, I'll lose it. I threw the guys out of practice one time this year, and it was over some guys taking shots that we know we're not supposed to take. So for us, there's 14 shots in that we talk through, and when I say talk through, they're charted after every game. I can tell you the most efficient ones. So let's just deal with the 5 types of threes
Okay.
that we talk through. So you can take a ball screen three, and then we'll add 2 passes. So I come off a ball screen, throw it. All of that is within a ball screen three. So that's a ball screen plus. So ball screen threes are really efficient for us. I come off of it, I throw back to the pop guy. Somebody rotates, I one more. That's within the 2. So we're perfectly fine with ball screen threes. We're fine with transition threes, first 6 seconds. Probably
Love
not
that.
going to get more open. Take as many transition threes. Offensive rebound threes. Get it, kick it out. We count that as a +2. So if it gets kicked out and then pushed around the perimeter 1-2 more times, that's an offensive rebound three. Those are paint threes. Go get a piece of the paint, I throw out. If you take any of those 4, I won't say a word. Now, I can show you how those are really efficient shots because we track them. We track every single one of those and what they mean. And those we're well over 1.2 points per possession on all 4 of those shots. If you take a non-paint three, catch it, jab, shot fake, 3. All right, we've got issues. We've got a problem. So a non-rhythm 3,
Non-rhythm three.
you just like you're over here trying to be ISO Joe. As I told him, ISO Joe got his nickname for a reason. All right, he was really, really good. And so ISO Joe doesn't play well, and I show him the numbers. I was like, I'll give you an example. Max took 6 of them this year, the entire year. Now he made almost 100 threes through the course of the year. So he's one of the best in the country. He took 6 of them. So I tell guys, you can do red light, green light all day long, but how come it doesn't translate in the game? Because you're not taking those kind of shots that we're working on. You're doing jab, shot fake 3, shot fake 3. And yeah, I'm just like, how often do you do that, bro? Like because I'm with you for 3 hours a day. I don't see it. So when are you working on this? Because I go see the numbers. Max was 1 for 6. One of the best 3-point shooters in the country. He was 1 for 6 on non-paint threes. So we don't know. So if you take, so those are the 5 threes, right? 4 of them. All right. Love it. You take that 1 though, we got issues. And so from that perspective, they kind of take any of those. I'm trying to feed you as much confidence as possible. But again, we'll back it up with the numbers and the film quite a bit. And I've been doing this long enough to have quite a bit of data.
It kind of, that kind of leads right into building confidence, especially shooting confidence. It seems like since they know the 4 that they should be taking, and the fact that they miss them, it's not a negative response from you and your staff. That confidence and trust in ability to just take the next one, short memory. That has to grow with the way you're talking to them.
So Steve Smith, the famous Michigan State alum who played in the NBA, was doing our Florida game, and one of our players came down, Kareem Thompson from the left wing, pulls up from 3, is like, "Oh, that was quick." And Steve Smith says, "Man, and Steve Smith's a heck of a shooter, right, in the NBA." He says, "I sure would like to play for Coach Mills. That's threes for days." And I'm sitting over there. I mean, obviously, I don't know what he's saying during the game, but after you go back and review it, I'm like, man, I'm perfectly okay with that shot. Like, I'm 100% okay with that shot. I don't care. Because 1, I know we practice it. 2, I've seen the numbers. And 3, over the course of time, those possessions are going to add up to where we're going to be a +1 on the points
Mhm.
per possession. So I think from a coach's standpoint, you're just trying to optimize your possessions and get the most out of them. And so if you take certain kind of threes, we're perfectly okay with it. And they know it. They don't need to look over at me. And are there times where you do have to take a non-paint three? Or I would prefer you to take a non-paint three rather than a non-paint two.
Mm.
But
Yes, sir.
non-paint threes and are there times 100%? And I tell them I'm not mad at you, but there's certain times that we need to take those shots, and it's usually for us, it's under 12 on the shot clock. You start doing that stuff before. I mean, I get it. If somebody's going to have to go get their own shot, late clock shot situation. So you have to pull up at the elbow or from 15 or 17 feet. I get it. I'm not a anti mid-range middle game guy. So I just let's take efficient shots,
Yeah.
and you need to understand what that looks like.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the Jamodi podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.